Hey everybody, Kelly Sweet Mimi's Creations. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, then welcome. I try to put out videos that are requested. Today we're going to do a burst tumbler. I just printed out my template. And these all fit the stainless steel 20-ounce skinnies straight. And so I'm going to sand it. And then I'm going to wipe it clean. Ugh. Apparently I made a mess. I got epoxy everywhere on my stuff. Not sure how that happened. Anyway, so then we're going to clean it off. Get all dust, fingerprints off. I got this. I get all my tumblers from Stainless Steel Depot. So this is the Hog 20-ounce straight skinny. Okay. So then, now that that's clean, I paint my base white. We are doing the splash, can't see it, but it's a splatter flag. So, so in this case, I'm going to put a white base so it can show up my colors. And the colors I'm using are, it's white from the Inspired Angels Opaque Gem. I want a white that's really going to show through, so I'm hoping that'll show. Red, I'm using Lava from Starcraft. This is a good bright red. And Blue Jeans from Glitter Heart Co. See, that's really, really pretty blue. So, but I'm going to get this painted. Let me get my stuff for that. Be right back. Okay, so I'm going to paint it with Pop of Color because it's raining here, very humid, so I'd rather just paint it Pop of Color. So I'm going to put this here and here. Got these off of Amazon. These are little holders when they dry. So get my, let me find my paintbrush. Okay. So I just have a paintbrush from the Dollar Tree. So we're going to have to do a couple of coats on these. Pop of Color is very good. It beats all of my spray paints. Are like, I can't use them. They're brand new cans, and they're not even, I can't even get any air to it to get the paint out. So I'm really tired of wasting money on paint, as hard as it is to get. I can't. So this Pop of Color is very good if you live in a humid place like me. I live down south in Charleston. Like right now, it's like the regular temperature is 84. Feels like 98. But it's raining out there right now, so I'm hoping that'll cool it off. But you just want to make sure you get a good Good coverage. Now I do my burst a little bit different. I see a lot of people do them on the cups. I don't do mine on the cups. I apply mine after I've glittered it all. A lot of people use mica, sand. So I'm gonna see, I don't think I have the red or blue in micas. Okay, so that, we're gonna let that dry. Okay, set that over here. I'm gonna let that dry. It's worth getting these. I can't remember where I got it. I'll have to look it up and find it. But this is good for putting glitter on. I mean, I like it. Way much better than spray paint. Okay, so I have my design here. And what I do, let me get some of this paper. All right, what I like to do is start with the darkest color and go light. And then I spray mine in between each color with a clear coat. I use Rust-Oleum 2x clear. And that keeps the colors from running together. So I'm gonna start with my red. That's my brightest. So I'm gonna put you down here so you can, let me turn you sideways. Maybe you can see more that way. Okay, so I am gonna pull off the parts that I want red, which is hard to tell. I need to bring up a picture. Hold on one second, I'll be right back. Okay, back. I had to find, it's so hard to see. Which ones to pull. Okay, so I am going to start with red. And just make sure you don't pull hard to get these started. I'm pulling everything up and I don't want to do that. And I'm not sure what type you're using, but I'm using the yellow backing. And this, the sticky part is still on there. So I'm going to pull off all of the ones I want red, which the brush strokes are going this way. So I'll peel off all of these. So not quite sure how to fast forward on the video, so I'm just gonna stop the video and then I will come back when all of my squares, there's no need of you doing this with me, so boring, but I'm gonna peel off all the squares like I'm doing here. So I will be right back. Okay, this was very frustrating. It took me 30 minutes. So this is supposed to be like this because it's like a rugged flag, but it didn't get cut all the way through. So yeah, it looks rough. But for video purposes. Okay, so now I just do, all right, so this part I'm gonna do all red. So what you do is you peel all of, we're using red, so I peeled everything off that I'm going to use on red. Okay, that way you don't get confused, because these can be confusing. I just did a simple one, well obviously not on peeling it, but this one I'm going to do all red. So I just sprinkle my red on here, on the yellow that you peeled off. You just sprinkle it around. You don't have to completely cover up because you're going to spread it. So then what you do is you take it and you just rub it in, and it will, whatever part you took off, it will get. And the same thing if you're using micas or sand, this will be the same process. Okay. Okay. And then I take off and I have a brush. I use a fan brush. I understand. I may not like this paper. My brush isn't. But anyway, you brush off this, which let me finish brushing that off and I will show you how it looks cleaned up. This is what it looks like all cleaned up. So now I am going to go and I'm going to do a light layer of Rust-Oleum 2-Time Clear on it, to where when I put the blue on, it will not mix in with the red when we go to brush it off. I had to use the big brush to get it. I don't know why the little one wasn't working. This come from the Dollar Tree. but we're just gonna brush it out. Make sure there's no glitter in places we don't want them. Okay, now I'm gonna I have little excess over here, so I'm gonna cut this. Off, okay. I don't think this is made to go all the way around. I don't know why, but it almost meets, but we can do something on the end. So I'm gonna go spray this in just a minute. Put all this glitter up. Save as much as you can on glitter. I do. We all know it's expensive, don't we? So, put this back in. Now, unless it's contaminated, of course not. Okay. Then I have my little handy dandy vacuum. Amazon. Got it from Amazon. Love it. It somewhat helps me keep glitter out from the other parts of the house, but not really. Because we're getting ready to do blue, so I'm trying to get all the red up to our blue. It doesn't get in there. Lid, in case I spill it. So in the meantime, I am going to go over our cup one more time with our pop of color. You'll see the second coat will dry much better. Or, well, it'll be the coat you're looking for. But my brush is fixing to break. It feels like it. It's moving around. I love this brush too. I'm sorry if you hear the noise. They're pressure washing. I live in an apartment, so they're pressure washing our building. So I apologize for any noise, because they're probably going to be about at my window in a little bit. How much better, and do single strokes. Okay. Okay. Front door. Hope they don't spray all that stuff inside my door. I can smell the bleach. Okay, so when this coat dries, see, it's much better. When this dries, then that will be all we have to put on there. It's just those two coats. So close this up, And then we're gonna go spray and let that dry, and I will be right back. Okay, it's now dry. And there is spray on this, but it's not gonna affect that because we're gonna pull that off. Oh, I got a gnat in here, that's not nice. Okay, so now we are gonna pull off, because our next color is blue. So we're gonna pull off everything that we want blue. So I am gonna blue I'm gonna pull this. There's stars in the middle, so I'm hoping my machine cut out the stars. Or cut it to where when I pull it up, the stars stay. And it didn't. Alright, this is going to be a tedious one because it didn't cut. So it's going to take me a minute. Ah, and this stuff is very sticky. So it's going to take me a minute to get around the stars. But we're doing the same thing. We're just pulling it up. Oh, there's one star that got, oops. Let's see if you can't see me. Okay, we're just gonna pull up, hoping that the stars, gnat. That's not gonna be nice. I don't even know what he's doing in here. And then people out there pressure washing. If a gnat gets caught on this, you know, the whole thing, you gotta throw it away. 'Cause I don't know if there's any saving this, actually. So this is connected to this, so we're gonna go ahead and just peel all that up. Oh, yeah, please, it's, I don't recommend. I recommend you try your best to keep your fingers off the sticky part. It's very, very sticky. I thought I picked the easy one, but I don't think I did. Thought this would be a simple one. Well, I guess not. Oh, Lordy. Well, at least you're getting an idea of how this is the first time I've done this one, so we are doing it together. And now we know to make sure your machine cuts it. I mean, I cut these for other people. I sell them on my shop, and no one's ever complained about it not cutting. So I assumed it cut fine. Alright, so I'm gonna finish doing this and spare you the aggravation with me. So when I come back, it'll be voila, it'll be done for you. I'll be right back. Okay, it was very, very tedious. I ain't gonna lie. But there you go. So the yellow part, I am going to do blue. So like with the stars, make sure they are all the way down, because if they're not, then you will get the blue glitter or whatever color you use up under them. And then when you go to do the stars, they'll be messed up stars. But this is all a learning process. That's why I have so many cups that belong to me. Because, you know, we are our own worst enemy. But I like mine to be... Now this is going to be a rugged, per se, flag, because you have the little jaggeds. I don't know what they call it. But, so I'm using blue jeans from Glitter Heart Company. Let's see if I just... And again, you just... do the yellow sticky part, whatever color you're backing. Anyway, just do the sticky part that you just pulled off. And then we're going to cover it, and then we're going to smear it in. Okay. We're going to use our fingers. And see how I got some blue on the red? So when I go to wipe it off, it will not stick. Somebody's whistling outside my window. So we're gonna, again, tap it off. And there's some. Go back and fill in whatever wasn't filled in. We are going to use our Mega Brush. I don't know why the other one didn't work so well. Anyway. So you brush off. Extra. And then there you go. There's no blue in the red. That is why I seal after every color. So now I'm gonna seal the red, because I'm not sure what color everything else is gonna be yet. I don't know. I may leave it like that, but I got all of these in between. I may do those with the white glitter as I do the stars. So now I'm going to go spray this and let it dry a minute, and I will be right back. Okay, so I sprayed it. So now we're going to pull off all of the white area, including the stars, and the rest of it is going to be white, and I'm using Opaque Gem Iridescent by Inspired Angels. So we're just going to pull, which this part should be easier, because you're technical. Oh, maybe not. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. What in the world? Huh. Okay. No. Right, well then I lie. Because some of this... Oh. Alright, well that part's not cut. So it will be just the stars. Because this part isn't cut. So, let's do the stars. Let's get the stars off of here. Get the stars. This pen I love. Absolutely love it. Now I'll show you, because some of these stars, even though they look down all the way, a lot of them didn't. I'll show you in just a second. They were, and it is hard, but it's okay because it's handmade. Oh. It's handmade. Nothing's perfect. Of course, we as designers want everything to be perfect. So right now I'm just going through, taking all the stars off. This is the easiest part of the whole thing as of yet. And you can get one of these done in about a day. I use the Windex method, which we'll get to here in a little bit, to put anything on, really. Vinyl, these, the water slides, obviously they're going to be wet, but you know, anything, a full wrap, all of those I do with the Windex method. So much easier, quicker. Or you can use water with a splash of dish soap, just a drop. Okay, about got this. And if you don't want to spray in between colors, you don't have to. But that's my preference when I use a lot of dark colors. And as you see, none of them mixed. So, depending on the design I'm doing, sometimes it doesn't matter if they mix. Again, it depends on your design. Sorry for the noise. Again, they're pressure washing over here at my building. They did my front porch, or my back porch, twice. It's gonna be a mess outside. I had to bring all my patio furniture in. Alright, so, oh Lord. See how some of the stars aren't complete? But that's okay. Oops. You know, but that's okay. No, I actually like it like that. Alright, so we're going to use, again, our opaque. Let me get, I don't know how this didn't come off, but anyway. Alright, so we're going to take our white. And I'm not going to go over all of the, you know, like cover it. I'm just going to sprinkle on each star. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to rub it in. You don't have to seal it this time. You can seal it after you put it on the cup, because you're going to want to seal it obviously before you put epoxy on it. So same thing, I'm just going through my stars. Can you see? And I'm just rubbing it in. Now this is why I did the back white, because when you take this backing off, it's see-through. It's double-sided tape on both sides. So you're not going to have this yellow backing. You're just going to have your design. So if you want your design to pop, then you need to figure out what color your cup is going to be. So I knew we were doing the flag, so I did mine white. That way the white will pop, and the blue, the red. So whatever color or whatever design you're doing, make sure you pick your background color well. Like some people leave them silver. It depends again what you don't have to base it, but just think your colors won't pop. Okay, if you're doing something like this flag and you leave it stainless steel, it's not going to show up. I can show you one cup I've done and show you the difference that I wasn't thinking. I think it was my very first one I did, and I forgot to paint it. Okay, so now here is this. Okay, so let's figure out what, if any, because these are all, the other white pieces did not cut, so I'm assuming they're all one piece. I was just trying to see, because when you peel this off, it's all, see, when you peel it off, this is what you get. But normally you use all of the white pieces. But see there, they didn't get cut, so they're all together. And you see the white is yellow. That didn't show up very well. The white didn't. So, but when we put it on our cup, then the stars should be white. If not, then I will go back and put more glitter on it, or paint them white, but we'll see how it looks when it gets on the cup. So now we have our cup. Okay, it's dry. We can now put this on. Okay, let me go and get my Windex. Got a mess, and you will have a mess when you weed this. But I thought I picked the easy design. Apparently not. But hold on, let me go get my Windex. I will be right back. Okay, I have my Windex. I just keep it in this bottle. This bottle came from Amazon. A neighbor ordered a lot of them because that's when we couldn't get hand sanitizer. She gave me a few bottles. So what we're going to do is we're going to get everything together here. I hope you can see this well. And you are going to have some parts that just glitter don't take. You can fix that. Everything is fixable. Everything can be fixed. Okay, so I am going to lay my cup down. Right, first, what we're going to do is we are going to see what we have to trim off. Okay, and see, this is not going to go all the way around, which is fine because we can do something with that. I don't know why it didn't cut. Usually it's like way bigger. I do not know why it did not cut. Right. So we're going to cut the bottom off of here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and cut it off before we put it on. Trim it up. Okay. And we're going to trim off the extra yellow. Okay. Trim that off. All right, this part you have to really be careful about, okay? So we are going to peel our design. We're going to peel the backing away, okay? And this, I'm telling you now, this double-sided tape is very, very sticky. So I just spray on. I tried a glitter one on a cup. I just can't do it on a cup. I have to do it off. Okay. So you can do it however you would like. I have done it both ways. I prefer this way. Okay, so you see this is the back of it. So you're going to take your Windex and you're just going to spray on there. Okay, you're going to get it around all the edges. You don't want to do too much because then you'll have so much behind it and you'll have to wait forever for it to dry. Alright, so now spray some on here. Get the cup wet. So now you put it on. And you can see how it has, see you can rearrange it and rearrange it and rearrange it until let's put more on it on the edges here. And these things are kind of tedious to put on. So, but as soon as you find your spot, like so, and then you can just do it like you would. Sounds like it's raining again outside, but it's the, okay, and you just want to pull it. This, not hard, but just pull it to where it's tight. Sorry about that. I done got that window like 3 times. Okay. And this will stick once it's dry. But usually they reach. I don't know why this one didn't. But there you go. There you go. It's on there. Okay. So you're going to let the Windex dry. Okay. And then you want to fill in that gap however you want to. I may put the word USA, you know, something down there. God bless, something like that. And then, so we're gonna let this dry. And then we're gonna have to go with our, ouch, my wrist is cramping. And then we will go with epoxy to cover our, I'll paint the bottom better, but and see there's no ripples in it. There's no like I said, once you put it, if you like this paint, you can rip it off, but you will, you know, ruin the paint and the design. But once you get it on, it's pretty much, if you like it, it's on. If not, rip it off. You're not going to be able to use it again. Okay, so we are going to let this dry. I don't know why it's not. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there. I'll have to figure that out. But let me repaint the bottom. And I may just do a, but let's repaint the bottom. Now you can always paint, spray paint, whatever, get a good coat. And then you can always epoxy before you put your design on. There's just so many ways and so many things you can do. So that's a better bottle. So we're gonna let this dry. Okay, so we're gonna let the bottom dry. Let this dry for a few minutes. You don't have to let it dry too much because I did not, you see what little bit of Windex I put on there. So, so I think we may go ahead with the epoxy here in a minute. Let this dry. And then go with our first coat of epoxy. See how the stars turned white? That's what the white base did. Okay, if you would have done a silver base, they would have been pretty much silver. Because white glitter doesn't show up very well on these. So as you see here, it went on the white base, so the stars are now white. I don't know why this isn't, I didn't make this design. This come from Tumbled Over Designs. She makes a lot of the bursts. She gives me permission to print them and cut them for people. A lot of people can't cut. Because I got like a one, but I have the X word too. But this is the difference in, as you've seen, our stars were yellow and they're white. So the base color does make a difference. My hands are dry. Some lotion. Some lotion left over from my Mother Day boxes. Okay, so alright, so let's go ahead and let this dry for a minute while I get our epoxy together, and then we will continue on with putting it on the turner and getting the first coat on it. And all I have, I think, is quick coat. Yeah, I think that's all I have is quick coat. So let me get my epoxy together and let the cup dry, and I will be back with you shortly. Okay, we're back. I put them on the turner. Sorry if the lighting is so bad. I had to set this up a funny way, so I see that you're in frame. So I'm gonna mix my epoxy. I got part A and part B. This is Amazing Clear Cast. Okay, this is the Lumelite Amazing Clear Cast. I love this. This is not the fast set epoxy. So we are going to pour, this is a 20 ounce. Oh, and the lighting is so bad. I'm going to pour 10 of part A and 10 of part B, and that'll give us 20. Okay. It's a little bit over. So we're going to stir it up. Stir it up good. Let me turn on my this is in my closet in my spare bedroom. So I have to make sure everything's unplugged because, you know, with the heat press, turners, all that going, it's going to be throwing a breaker. Okay. So I got this all mixed up. So now we're going to put it, and I epoxied this controller shut. I was trying to get it to change rotation. There we go. And I haven't undone that yet. That's glued together. So we're just gonna make sure this is down. Okay. And then we're just gonna spread it on. Try and get good coverage. And I didn't seal it after I did the white. It was my mistake. But it doesn't look like there's too much bleeding of colors going on. You're just going to go like you would any other cup. I'm going to have to pull that up. There's a, if you have any straggly pieces, like I have one here, I gotta go back and fix those. But you're just going to go and from top to bottom. And of course you're going to have to do a couple of layers, but this is just one layer to get this on here. Put it all on here. You don't want to flood it, not this one. Just want to get it on here. And we'll get the bottom. And see, very little. See how it didn't smear? So that's what we're going for. Just a very little, and that was probably because it was on my hand. That I'll have to take care of that. What we'll do is just sand that down once it dries. Okay. There's a few pieces sticking up, but again, it's nothing that we can't take care of. Not really enough. Just trying to use it all. Okay. And then I take my gun and I'm just going to go over it real quick. Pop any bubbles that may be in there. And then we're just going to let it go for 24 hours. So we will come back tomorrow. But that's what it looks like. Looks, we missed a spot there pulling, but it's okay. We can always, but it looks good. I like it. We'll have to sand that down. But there you have it. And then we will come back and we will decide what we're going to do on the bottom and on this right here. I'll come up with something to put right there, but that's pretty much it. So we will come back tomorrow when we finish it up. So I will be back tomorrow.